it together. There's nothing better. It's now or never. Make it through somehow. Make it through somehow. Somehow.
Hey guys, it's Shay Bland, and this is part 2 of our reunion. I'm super excited to have these ladies with me. First, we have Brittany right here. Hello. We have Amaya. We have Bethany, and we have Jordan. Fatima could not be with us today, and neither could Kaya. So we're gonna go. Oh, it's Kaya! Hi, Kaya. Oh, wait, girl, we can't hear you. 1 second. Hold on. Hello? Oh, we're having some technical difficulties, girl. Can you hear me? Yes, there we go. Hey, Kaya.
Hello. Yes.
How are you?
I'm doing good. You know, just over here breastfeeding the little baby.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to update us on anything or say anything to our audience?
Yeah, so first I want to say, totally wish I could be there. Like, I know it's going to be so much fun. Kudos to you, Shay. This is super dope. But yes, I do have an update. So y'all, I am launching, I'm going to make this quick because obviously, I'm launching a new business Mother's Day weekend, y'all. And it is literally to support women through their pregnancy, birth, the postpartum, and honestly just their journey in motherhood and beyond, you know. We're constantly pouring as moms, and we just want to ensure that like we're not pouring from an empty cup, whether that's educationally, whether that's spiritually. So super dope. This is a Mama Me Please exclusive because nobody knows this. So follow me on my personal page and get ready for the countdown because it's launching Mother's Day weekend. So yes, let me go because obviously she wants her mama. But love you guys. I know it's gonna be fun. Bye.
Yes, well, thanks for sharing with us. Thanks for popping in and calling, and I will talk to you later, girl. Okay, so now we're gonna do an icebreaker game, and I'm sure all of you guys have played Heads Up, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So we're gonna get some cards, and y'all are gonna, I'm not gonna play, okay? Just to let y'all know. But you're gonna hold the card up, and we're gonna try to describe the word on the card, and then you know how it goes.
Okay.
Yep, and then
If someone guesses, I shall.
Hmm?
If someone guesses it right, I shall. I don't think I played this.
No. So you're gonna, so we'll go. You gonna go first, okay?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
she's gonna hold it up, and
We're
then we're
gonna
gonna
try to describe it
to her, so she can
Oh,
guess
okay,
it.
got
Yep.
it. Okay.
Are y'all ready?
Okay, we're ready.
All right. Upside down.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Do.
Baby shark. So easy. I should have said no sound. Okay. Okay. Really? Everybody turn cards.
Halo. Smaller than a crib.
They sleep in it. They can sleep in it.
Next
the
to,
baby can sleep in it.
next to the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
That's the day?
yeah.
Oh, good. Okay.
Okay, my turn. Okay.
They
This
can they can act bratty.
Get everything they want.
Oh, yeah. I'm about
These
to say,
were
all
way
old black people
too
say kids.
easy. Lord.
Okay.
Kids
It's
love
not-
It's not nap time, but it's, can you say playtime?
Yes.
I'm mad.
We're just good at getting clues. Yeah.
They were
I guess. I had a surprise for y'all if anybody got it wrong, but yeah.
I guess.
Let's just well, actually we have 2 more cards.
Okay.
So let me see. Who do I want? I know what the next 2 are, so I'm trying to think. Let's just do the end. So Brittany and Jordan.
Who knows which way they're turning?
All right, Jordan.
Okay.
Upside down.
Oh.
Podcast.
Why were
Yeah.
you there? Yeah.
It's the brand.
Why are we
The name of
here?
the-
Because we're moms.
No, what's the name? The brand
Mama
name.
me, please.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, don't mess it up.
Upside down.
Okay.
Blank shot, David and Goliath. Like,
Slingshot.
That'll work. Nope.
I'm a church girl.
5.
You wear
You
it when
you wear it
born.
to hold the baby
3.
to make it
A
easier.
boxer. Oh no, a
1.
thing.
I gotta give you. Nope. Okay, so that's a prize for you.
She didn't want you to get it.
No, I didn't want to get it. I didn't want to get it.
David and Goliath.
Sure what it was.
You weren't there No, you said slingshot.
It was,
You
oh
did.
yeah.
I
So
did.
then I thought they were gonna be like, okay, it's just one word from
Okay.
that, but they didn't.
Oh.
They didn't help
I
me
could
out,
tell
so.
she didn't want me to do that, so I went with the flow.
So you can
Okay.
pick your poison, right? Do you want beet juice or pickle juice shot?
Oh my goodness.
Whew. Oh, they both sound gross.
They're so good. They're so yummy.
But I like pickles.
You like pickles, so we'll give you beet
Yes.
juice. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I
So
don't like what she got on that tray.
I see baby food with no label.
all right. So
Ooh.
you don't have to take the whole thing.
Yeah, I said it looks like a double shot.
That looks like a double shot.
I'm weak. Okay.
Deep breath, deep breath.
Okay. Is she gonna take? You trying to take the whole thing?
Yeah, I'm just.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Let's see.
Ooh. Oh my god.
It's so good.
No. Mm-mm.
We got a bathroom in the back. All right. Pass your up. Oh, sorry. All right. So Amaya and Brittany, you guys, this episode was really, really good. We came on and you basically talked about it's okay not to be okay. And so we're going to take a look back at the video.
For me, I think it was finally finding confidence in myself to be like, okay, it's okay to not be okay.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
like, Brittany, it's okay. You had a baby. Like,
Yeah.
people don't understand, like, that changes your whole life. Like,
Completely.
your whole life. You know? So, finding somebody that you are confident in talking to it about, and sometimes somebody that's going to be like, okay, I understand you feel like that, but let's talk about what you need to do instead of being like, it's okay, girl. Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes, no, you need somebody that's going to be like, okay, well, let's talk. What's the plan? Because this your child, they ain't going nowhere.
Right.
So you got to figure it out.
Figure
you know?
it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with that, Jordan and Bethany, I wanted to ask y'all, like, in the same light, it's okay not to be okay. With 2020, being a parent, being pregnant, giving birth, like right at the beginning of the pandemic, but also the stuff that went on in Richmond so far as like the BLM movement and like just all the craziness was going on. What space did that put you in as far as being a being and a parent, like while all that was going on?
You go
Good
first.
question. I'll let you go.
It was a lot to handle, especially me being a black mother of a black son with a black husband. Like, I remember just watching everything and being kind of sad because, granted, like my child, he's a baby, but one day I'm gonna have to explain this stuff to him, or he might come home and say like, "Mommy, they don't like me because I'm black. What am I supposed to say?" You know? And so it kind of like put it in a different light for me from that aspect, because I knew that was something that I would have to take on as a parent, but seeing it happen so soon and just being thankful that he can't see all of this happening right now and that he's completely oblivious to like,
Yeah.
you know, all the hardships in the world right now. It just makes me want to like protect him forever. And I think that's our natural instinct as mothers anyways. But it's like, if I could shield you from everything happening in the world forever, like I would want to do that, from police brutality, from racism, from COVID. Like, I can't even protect you from that, because even if I keep you away from everybody, something could still happen, you know? So it was a lot to take in, especially, you know, he was born in March. Shutdown happened right then and there.
Yep.
Then shortly after, it's all this other stuff happening. And so it's like just trying to process everything. And I think for me, if we were planning a wedding at the time too, so I feel like if we weren't doing that, my mind would have been destroyed.
Yeah.
Like, there was always something for me to be doing and like keeping me distracted. And then once all of that was over, my brain finally slowed down and it was like, whoa,
Yeah.
this has been a lot. Like, I'm dealing with a lot. I'm going through a lot. And because I was distracted, I didn't pay attention to it at first. But
Yeah.
then once that was gone, it really like put everything else into perspective for me. Like, how am I feeling? How am I doing? I'm not okay. It's okay to not
Yeah.
be okay. It's okay to cry. Like, it's okay to break down. And I just had to like breathe through it and talk to somebody, like you said. Like, I just feel like this last year has put a lot of different things like into
Yeah.
perspective as a person, as a parent, as a black person, just a lot.
Yeah. Agree.
Yeah.
About you.
I definitely agree. I'm definitely the type of person that really compartmentalizes things. And so for me,
with everything going on, I took my moment to kind of like process it. And for me, it's like in a separate box than what I have going on in my life. Because if I mix everything together, I know mentally I will be so unstable. I won't get anything done. And so, honestly, like, also my faith is what really kept me grounded the entire time. Like, without God and the Holy Spirit helping me through each day, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Literally, no point being here, period. Because,
Yeah.
like, through all these things, I think, okay, if I'm anchored in God and I'm anchored in Christ, and I know that these are the cares of the world. So if I can cast them on Him, then I'm not the one that has to worry
That's
about
so
them,
good.
you know?
Yeah.
And so I really took hold of that, because when you realize how toxic social media is, how toxic all this, the news, everything is toxic, and people are toxic, you know what I mean? And so learning how, I think the blessing in the pandemic was like really putting me in my own bubble with my family, and really being able to like be so thankful for that time. And you never know how much time you even have left. And so I'm not going to be so consumed with the cares of the world. I'm going to be aware of them. I can pray about them. But if I get so consumed and fearful of those things, then I'm not really living my life. We had a situation with my daughter last July where she was swimming in the pool, and it was a drowning accident. She had to receive CPR. We had to call the ambulance. It was the scariest day of my entire life. And that made me realize what's important. Even everything else that was going on in the world felt small to me compared. Of course, that's not the case.
Yeah.
But for me, it just allowed me to say, okay, let me hone in on my priorities. And I can't solve the whole world's problems.
Yeah.
That's God. That's for God to do.
Yeah.
You know, let me just do my part, take care of my family. Because even for my daughter, like, for her life, she has a purpose.
Yeah.
So she's supposed to be here.
Yeah. Right.
So I got to make sure that my family and my home is good. And I learned how to do that.
Yeah.
You know, and take care of myself while in the process. you
Yeah.
know, So.
That's really good. Both the takeaways. Jordan, you having something to do to kind of like, you know, get your mind off of it. You know, just like she said, that might have just been God's way of like saying, you know what? This is what you're supposed to be doing. Yeah. This is what you're supposed to be doing. Don't, you know, worry about that. So that was really, really, really good. So you guys' episode was really, really, really fun. We talked about a social life and what that looked like, even though it's sometimes non-existent. And so we're going to take a look back at that.
Because for me, my social life is not a priority compared to like my family, my home, you know, obviously my kids, my husband, that's my family, and my job. Social. What's social life?
She's like, really? No, what's
I'm
social
like, this is
life?
the most social I've been in like all of 2021. So it's like,
We're only in February.
I mean,
This is a big step.
yeah. I mean, I definitely, that's hard. I mean, I don't think I have that down yet. But I feel like I've just started mastering like the family, home, work life, like balance. You know, the social life is just like, the limit does not exist. It's just not,
It doesn't exist, but I feel like it didn't exist before. Like,
Yeah,
like
no, me too.
I'm very much like the homebody out of my friends. Like, I feel like I used to be different, but somewhere around like 23, 24, I was like, I just want to stay at home. Like, I don't, and like, I'll go out, but it was only if my friends already had plans. It was like, okay, we're going to do this. I'm never the one to be like, all right, let's go do this, you know? So now it's like, what are you doing? Oh, nothing.
Okay, so, well, let's just acknowledge Miss Amaya that is how many weeks pregnant?
36.
36 weeks.
Oh,
She's almost there. I totally forgot to acknowledge that, so I do apologize. But so with that, with having a social life, I know you have a 1-year-old, and you have I think she's 3-year-old. What did you guys? Does it exist? And if it does, like, what is it? She's like, no. Actually,
What do you mean?
no. What does it like look like? I guess.
It has not, but here recently I've like been texting my friends and like, look, after I had this baby, and now that, you know, kind of things are starting to open up a little bit more, like, and I feel a little bit more comfortable kind of going back out, I'm like, let's plan like a girls trip or something. So I am trying to get it back, I guess you could say, because I do feel like during the pandemic, it was like at home, and I enjoyed it, yes, but I also was used to being out and working with my coworkers. We get along very well too, so that was part of, I guess you could say, my social, because we talked about other things other than work. So not being a teacher, being at home virtually, there's no other adults around. Just, you know, that computer
I'd be
screen.
at home talking to
Right. Right. So now, like, I would say it's getting back, but I'm like intentional about it. Like, I just texted my friend yesterday, like, look, I have, what, 4 more weeks?
Well, mine's like,
Countdown plan.
I'm gonna leave her at home.
I'm gonna need one night, something. Something, so, yeah. But no, it has not existed. But I want it to get better. Yeah.
Okay. What about you?
Well, for me, I used to have the biggest social life. Like, I was all about the social life. And then it's crazy because I got married at the end of 2019. And so, you know, you're like the first year, like, oh, we're going to do all these things. We're going to go travel. We're going to do da. And then, boom, like, COVID hit. And for me, like, COVID was kind of a blessing because during the process of me getting married and afterwards, like, my whole life changed, not just because I was married, because of my mindset, because of, like, I was closer with God. I was, like, really finding, like, who I was. And so with everything being closed, it helped me because it was harder for me to, like, go out with those people that I was associating with before. It was like, okay, God, like, thank you, you made this easy, because knowing me, like, I'm always like, yeah, girl, let's do this. And now it was like, oh, this is a Brittany, like, oh, she don't want to go nowhere. She don't want to hang with nobody. And so I appreciated it. Like, I've actually got to find out, like, more about myself. Like, I've started a young girls ministry in my church. Me and my husband are, like, BFFs. So I appreciate it. But also, I worked, like, during the pandemic. I'm in the dental cosmetic field. So what's a pandemic? Like, we still were going. So it was different for me. My husband worked from home. He works for Capital One. So he's working at home
With me, yeah.
since COVID. I'm, like, still with people. So I don't really understand the whole, like, you know, like, he's always like, oh, I'm just home. And I'm like,
Okay.
You don't really
I'm fine. I'm going to my 9 to 5. So in a way, it's like, it's been a blessing, but at the same time, I haven't really had to experience the whole, like, not having that type of social life because I'm still around people all the time, which is a blessing and a curse. So.
Yeah. I of course, like, I was, like, pregnant during when it started and I got sent home. So I was grateful because I got to be home during it. But I was telling my husband the same thing, like, I'm home all the time, and he didn't understand. He's like, okay, I would like to be home all the time. What are you complaining about? But then we both had COVID, and he had to stay home when he was in quarantine. He was like, oh my God, I need to leave the house. I'm like, see, this how I be feeling. But yeah, like, it was so far as, like, social, like, I look at it in a bigger, like, scope now. Like, yes, like, I call myself, like, a homebody, but not a homebody. I'm, like, in and out. Like, it depends on how I feel that day. But y'all, I just had a whole
A mommy brain fart.
so let me
Hey, when that happened.
this literally happened in
What
one of
was
the
I gonna say?
episodes. What was that? What was we talking about? Y'all, I just
You were saying that JR, after y'all got COVID, then he saw what it was like to not be able to leave the house.
Right.
Because at
It's-
first, she's like, I want to be at home.
It's like it's gone.
And sometimes you're like a homebody, but then you cannot be a homebody.
And she got to leave home and her husband couldn't, so
yeah.
it's not coming back.
Y'all know
It's okay.
Yep, so that's what it is. So, yep. Oh, okay, yes. The social life now is a bigger scope for me because, like, even though, like, I'm not always hanging out, you know, with people, I'm able to focus on this. Like, you know, if COVID wouldn't have happened, I don't think this would exist. And I feel like I've always, like, looked for a purpose. Like, what am I supposed to be doing? God, I tried this, and I have, like, so many ideas. And, like, COVID happened, I had a baby, and this happened. And I can tell from each and every step of the way, like, this was nothing but God. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the whole, like, everything that happened with this. And so my social life is, like, you know, on Instagram, promoting this and stuff like this. I found a different way, like, to put my energy towards something else that wasn't so much until, like, worrying about, I've always wanted a lot of friends. Why? I don't know. I've always wanted, like, a whole bunch of friends. And now I'm real content. I'd be like, girl, I mean, hey, it is what it is. I think when I see. But being very content, but still having that social life where I'm not, like, 100% isolated. So, yeah. So, Amaya, I wanted to ask. Okay. Well, I guess that segment's up. So, It's game time again, and we're gonna play Guess the Baby Food. So yes, I know.
Do I have to
I know.
Bee juice.
I already did
And
mine.
she said Sylvania. I'm sorry, guys. So,
These are strong.
I'll let you guys pick the number because you won't know what it is. Oh, let me make sure this one I got.
I'll take one.
That looks like
pears.
No, I was gonna
Kinda
say
like
pears, but
No, the consistency is
It's-
giving
yeah.
me like.
some meat and gravy type.
Oh, there's enough for all of us.
Oh, it is.
I gotta do it too. Waiting.
Okay. Y'all want me to participate? Please.
Definitely
Yes.
sweet potatoes.
Okay.
I hope mine.
Come on, host.
Or
Or
carrots.
I think mine's
Or carrots.
Either one is not
Yeah.
bad.
All right. I won't
Or
make
just
y'all.
butternut squash.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me stop giving y'all ideas.
Aubrey has
I might have the
literally.
chicken. You might have the turkey. Guys. I don't know.
Ooh.
This is turkey.
They both sound nasty.
I'm out of here. Just kidding.
That's it.
All right. So everybody
Yeah,
can
I'm good.
you can grab the end part. That way, everybody will grab the end. So it don't matter if you touch those ones.
Oh shoot, they're all
They'll
gonna
all come out.
come out.
You can grab the end one, so the other one don't come out.
Oh, look.
I was gonna already have them out, but I was like,
Struggle.
Sorry, I touched this one. So
Can we smell it though?
no.
Look, I was trying to see if they accidentally put it on the top.
Right, like looking around, like
Need
this
some
one
food.
literally has absolutely nothing. Set the expiration date. Let me check it. Okay,
Okay.
November. We're good.
All right. So let's see. Brittany, what number do you have?
2.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay.
I know. Should we all just eat it at the same time?
Yours got a label on
I
it.
don't know.
Wow.
Come
Wow.
on, play.
Wow. Okay. We just have to take like just a spoon, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm. I should know. I'm always tasting.
Okay.
Brittany gets
Carrot?
all-
Carrot?
Nope.
Oh, gotta do
Close.
it again, do it.
No.
Okay.
She can guess again. Guess one more time.
Sweet potato.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Still missing. That means I don't have.
What number do you have? 4.
Mine is real strong.
Okay.
You can smell it already. That was giving me. I don't
What do you
know.
I think it's got some fruit in it too.
This was nasty. I'm gonna be
Oh. Just like it might have corn in it. Is it mixtures? No? Okay. Ew.
Ew.
Is it squash?
Yes.
Okay.
the things we give our kids.
It's butternut
Yeah.
squash.
Right.
I know.
Maybe
my
loving it.
goodness.
There you go.
My turn. Okay, don't smell it.
Don't smell it.
Don't smell it. Just put it right. Bethany. Y'all, she dipped it.
That
She
little
dipped
tip.
it in like.
Okay.
How you open these things? Oh, there you go.
I always do a little hand tap.
None of it.
It's apple.
No, it's not.
Pear. Okay,
Yeah,
pear.
See, now you
It's not bad, is it?
No.
Another one.
I really thought it was gonna
Yeah,
be
I can
gravy.
do that one.
Okay,
Right.
open it.
I'm a little hungry.
Okay.
Oh wait, what number you got?
3.
That's not bad at all.
Okay.
It's apples with something. I feel like it's not. It's not a mixture. It's just one thing.
Let me taste this.
What is it?
Why you guessing? Let me give me some banana strawberry.
Is it peaches?
Oh man, it did. How you? What you said first?
Nothing.
Apples?
I said something
Oh,
with apples.
The
in
fact
it.
that don't even look nothing like
Yeah.
that.
No.
This tastes like banana strawberry smoothie. This is
That-
actually really good.
I bet it is.
Good for you, Shay.
Yeah.
This has like a smoothie taste to it.
This tastes like
It's
applesauce.
creamy too.
I
This
love
is
baby
actually
applesauce.
good. This may give Aubrey this.
Okay. She'll probably be so happy.
Now you gotta taste it before the kids taste it.
You gonna smack that spoon?
This is actually really good. I gave her some oatmeal, y'all. She was like not having it. She's like, it's bland. Okay.
Like her last name.
I said that earlier, and they thought that was like, what, Shay?
They didn't laugh at you.
They didn't. They didn't think it was funny. Y'all can hand me y'all's y'all's jars. Are you gonna give me your nasty
I'm
spoon?
gonna say, you want me to keep the spoon?
Nope.
How's the baby food making going?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I have been making some baby food because I didn't. Not that I have anything against what I do. I actually do.
Well, I do.
I just don't know what's in it. But
Right.
so I've been making baby food, and so Aubrey has been eating butternut squash. She likes that. But like I said, I've been trying to give her oatmeal, and she doesn't like it because it's bland. And so I'm gonna try to put like sugar in it to make it more.
Cinnamon.
Yeah, I've tried cinnamon, and
Honey.
she literally like smacked the. She didn't like it at all.
What's even better, honey or like 100% maple syrup? Then,
Instead
like,
of putting
just
sugar,
sugar.
yeah, I was gonna put some brown sugar up in it. Just
Mix
Yeah,
it all
yeah.
in.
there you go, girl. But she got a whip of my. I think I was telling some of y'all this, but she got a. I was eating some cornbread.
Oh yeah.
And she got to it, and I gave her. She was eating it. And I was like, she got cornbread, and so I gave her some more, and she loved
Tore
it.
it up.
I was like,
Was that on Wednesday?
That's how they do.
Give us some cornbread. I had some cornbread too.
oh. I don't know. I love cornbread though, but she like. So I'm thinking to like start like putting more sweet stuff in it, not because just she's a baby, like just giving her anything. She's still human, like she still has taste buds, so making it actually good. So I'ma still attempt it, but right now she's not really feeling too much of the solids. I don't think she understands it first. But I do have a question for any of y'all that did. Do you get a baby the milk first, then the food, or the food and the milk? Because they still have to drink milk.
Yeah.
I feel like it
I did
depends.
milk first.
Milk first, because they say that's their main nutrient.
Yeah.
Is the milk
So I've been
at that age, because
Mhm.
she's not eating that much solid.
Right.
Mhm.
So it's not supposed to be a lot. Does she
No,
like?
no.
No, she doesn't have to have
She
like
give
3
her
meals a
food.
day or
No,
anything
she
of
not
like
doing
food.
But like, okay, so that jar is too much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, because I'm like, why is she not eating it?
Yeah.
She'll grow to eat the whole thing,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You might start with like a tablespoon.
Yeah.
Like if that.
Literally.
Like, they.
or like mix it with like, oh, you say you're doing oatmeal, like you can mix it with the oatmeal.
You
or
can mix the
anything.
baby food with the oatmeal.
Mhm.
And that's
Flavor
good.
too.
Like I tried.
Yeah.
Mommy,
It used to take us,
please.
like-
Y'all are getting me together. 'Cause I'm like, I don't understand why she not eating it. She'll eat a little bit of the butternut squash, but then she's just not interested anymore.
Yeah.
So okay, she'll grow to eat
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
You'll know.
more.
Yeah, it used to take us like, I feel like 2 days to go through like a whole jar if I give it to him like twice a day, because he would do the same thing, like eat a little bit and then, all right, I'm done.
And then you
Like-
get to the point where they grab that pouch and you
Yeah.
look over and it's just gone.
Right, it's like, oh, you really like that,
Yeah,
yeah.
inhale it. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I know you was telling me earlier. This is not on the schedule, but I want you to kind of like speak to the breastfeeding weaning, because just for anybody that may be trying to do it, because I know I'm real close.
That day's gonna come.
So can you just explain your process and like how it's been going?
Okay, so I said 2 weeks ago, we started. I wasn't really sure how I wanted to do it. Like, this is my first child. I'm like, he's very attached. What are we gonna do? I don't know. So, and I didn't really have like an end goal in mind for breastfeeding, but it's becoming like mentally draining for me. Like, it almost feels like my body is not my body anymore, because it's always like, mommy, mommy, mommy. So I was like, okay, we'll do 2 feedings a day. So I started doing morning when he wakes up and then bedtime, but that was too drastic for him, and he was just, that was when those tantrums started. I was like, who is this baby? This is not my child. What's going on? And so I said, I did that for a week, and then that Sunday I said, we'll do morning when he wakes up, afternoon for his nap, and then at bedtime. And then it was like he was my child again. It's like this sweet little angel. Like, where'd he come from? And so that adjustment was well. And mind you, he's used to, I work from home, so he's used to being able to come grab me whenever he feels like it, hop up in my chair at my desk and nurse. So going from like, I don't know, 6+ times a day to like 2 and then to 3 was a big change. And then now, this week we started doing morning and then sometime in the afternoon, either at his nap time or afterwards, and then no nursing at night before bed. And that has also been really successful. So I think my process has just been like slowly take some away instead of taking it all away at one time.
Yeah.
Because they don't understand.
Yeah.
And like,
Right.
if they're very attached, then that's just like all they know. So
Yeah.
I think I was telling you, hopefully by the summer we'll be like all the way done.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna try to get to a week of no bedtime nursing, or at least 2, and then start taking away that morning or the afternoon. I'm not really sure which one
First.
to do first. I feel like maybe afternoon, because when he wakes up in the morning,
Yeah.
it's like, boop,
It's
like
like
I
the
slept
morning
all night. I
Yep.
didn't get it before bed. I need it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when I started, he also used to do middle of the night nursing. Like when I talked to his pediatrician, I'm like, he's not sleeping through the night. why is he not sleeping through the night? She's like, well, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I'm giving him the boob every time he wakes up. Like, I don't know what else to do. And so that was actually the very first thing I did was take away that middle of the night feeding.
So, okay. No, I'm really into this. Because this is where I am now, right? It's like, I know Aubrey could sleep through the night.
Yeah.
I know she could get through the night. But
It's
for
just a
some
routine.
reason, like sometimes she'll go past that 3-4 hours, but she's going to wake up and she's going to eat. But I know she doesn't need it. So, like, how do I get her back to sleep without giving her my boob?
Right. Do y'all use a pacifier?
Girl, if I put that pacifier in her mouth and she wake up, she gonna throw a whole fit and wake completely up.
That's the thing. Like, you have to just, like, get through the fit. Because that's how he was when I initially started, too. And I like to I talk to him a lot. Like, even though he's a baby, I try to talk to him as if,
That's good.
you know, he's a little older because he understands to an extent. And so when I started taking away the nighttime, he would wake up and reach for my shirt. And I'm like, no, you're okay. Let's go back to sleep. And he would... At first, he would throw a fit, and then eventually he would go back to sleep. And at first, it would take like 30 minutes to an hour. And then eventually, it was only 30 minutes. And then eventually, it was like, I'm up. Okay, I'm not getting it. I'm going back to sleep. So it's just like breaking that routine and giving them a new one so that they understand. Because now he sleeps straight through the night, and he knows that he's not going to get nursed until it's daylight. Like that. And so I tried to, like, stop him from doing that. Like, he might wake up at 5, but the sun's not all the way up at 5. So I would still say, no, you're okay. Go back to sleep. And then as soon as I can, like, see the light, if I open my eyes, I'm like, okay, you can have it. You can have it. Like, you know, so I think just, like, breaking that old habit and
teach them, 'cause that's all
teaching
they
them
know.
something else, right? And so that was actually the very first step, taking away the night times and then breaking it down to different times during the day.
So I guess too, really, it's prepping really myself of like, okay, when do I want
It's gonna
to
be some drama.
go?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta have that
Like,
that
you gotta be
mental
mentally
strength.
prepared.
I'm gonna take off, you know, that next day because I may
really.
be up
Because I'm not gonna get no sleep.
because I know Aubrey gonna turn up.
Yeah.
She's been in this phase where I told y'all she's been a little throwing a little tip in. I'm like, all right, sis, you need to calm down.
Yeah.
But I already know. Go ahead.
I was
Sorry.
gonna say I have a friend. She just put like a Band-Aid over her nipple.
Mm.
So like he was looking for it, but it wasn't there.
Because they know what it looks like.
That is so.
What's this?
Aubrey would literally know her little press. She would look at me and be like,
Try to snatch it
oh
off.
yeah, but like, oh, Aubrey, she will take it off. I'm gonna try that though. I'm gonna try it.
That's-
See what
that's
happens.
good.
I'm gonna have to, like I said, mentally prepare myself. Like, okay, what day do I want to do this?
It's
Because I
like
know
a
it's gonna.
confrontation. It's like
Yeah.
when you know you gotta talk to your friend about something.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, what
build
is
it up.
up? Let me just. And too, like Aubrey, she's still sleeping with us. Like, so that's another thing. I'm like, I was preparing myself. Like, okay, when do I want to go through that temper tantrum of her? Like, no, go back to sleep. You're in here. So.
I lost that battle, girl. I tried and
Just one step at a time.
Yeah, I can't do both at one time because then
Yeah.
she's really gonna be like, she don't know. Yeah, so I gotta first see like which one I want to do first, and then have that battle. Well, you
Yeah.
know, I'm not even gonna speak that. You know, it may be.
It's not gonna be a battle. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Amen, sis.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Look, I'm
Call for back.
It's not like weaning from the pacifier because we just went through that. I wanted to,
Oh, the
because her
pacifier.
teeth are really coming in now, and I was like, I want to get rid of the pacifier because I don't want her to have the
Yeah.
teeth bulging out or whatever that
Yeah.
happens. So
Yeah.
it's the same thing.
I don't believe that.
That's my next
Oh,
thing. I'm
this
scared of that.
It
Oh,
didn't
that's true.
hurt. See,
For
But it depends.
I think it
'cause
depends.
It depends. I'm
Listening
gonna
to
do
other
and I'm gonna
people.
tell you, I'm a pediatric, and there be them kids who's 5 years old, 3 years old with
Is
the
it the
pacifier.
thumb?
Years.
is it the thumb?
No, it's the pacifier too, because the way you have to suck on the pacifier when your teeth aren't fully like. The enamel hasn't really broke in and everything. They're
Come
kind
on,
of
science.
soft.
Right.
So they're kind of soft. So imagine if like you had your thumb. Like I used to be a thumb sucker till I was 8. I stopped my own self. But if your mouth has to basically form around your pacifier or your thumb, so your teeth are gonna grow in like that. Now there are some cases that it doesn't happen,
Right.
but
Right.
it does. And moms will come in all the time like, oh, well, you're gonna come home with me, and I'm like, no, you're gonna have an orthodontic bill. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's different ways you
Yeah.
can do it.
Yeah.
There's different ways you can do
Well,
it.
she's good now. She'll sleep the whole night without it.
That's
But
good.
it took, so basically, like how you were talking about the weaning. So we did the same thing with the pacifier, but it was like only giving it to her like no nap times, but we still gave it to her for bedtime.
Mhm.
But then it was like, okay, you're making it through nap time, so
Yeah.
you can try to make it through
Yeah.
bedtime.
We
Now
did the same thing with
might
Zara.
have issues, but now not anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
That's
she
the
wakes
next
up
thing.
at
And
night.
that's hard too, because that's a lot of comfort for them. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
the same as
Soothing them.
breastfeeding.
Yeah.
Right.
Like both of my kids love the pacifier. We did the same thing with Zara. We took away at nap time, and then we just talked to her. I was like, put in the trash. She put it in the trash. You know,
That's my
and
best
she
friend
was
did, too.
chill. She was chill. George, this man is not
This man.
having it. I already know. We tried it. And I was like, not ready. Like mentally, not ready.
Yeah.
Just give it back. Just
Right.
give it
Here,
back.
here.
I'm like, now what I don't like walking around with it. We're not going to public with it. It's staying in your
Yes.
crib. Wake up in the morning, take it out. It stays in there. That's
Don't
where
put
it
that in the
goes.
car.
Yeah. Oh no, 'cause that's
That's
like,
your guilty
Yeah.
pleasure. You're not
Right.
sitting here with
Yeah.
us.
Right.
It's embarrassing, even though moms shouldn't be embarrassed if that's what they need to do for their child.
Right.
It's still, I find it still embarrassing.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
You're like,
I'm
you're
just
not
like,
embarrassing me.
Right.
They be talking, they take it out of
Right. If you
How
would
can you do that?
you don't need it.
Just because you want your child to be quiet, who the mama and daddy? Right? Or you?
Said, take it out and start talking about
That is what they
I'm
do.
talking about
At that point, it's gotta go.
That's
But I
not
think
cute.
I think Zara, I think she used it at night until we took it away at nap time at 2 and in the daytime. And I think at 3 is when we were like absolutely not putting it in trash. My son just turned 2, so I'm like, I'm gonna give him at least a little bit into the summer.
Yeah.
So I just know he gonna fight. You know, so I know your kids.
The boys are different.
Oh, they are so built different. Oh Lord.
Man, listen.
Well, that's look. I'm getting over here. I'm getting schooled because I'm having, like I said, the bed thing and the nighttime. I know she can make it through it. And like you said, it's kind of similar because half the time Aubrey don't be hungry. She just wants to soothe herself to go back to sleep.
Yeah.
And she's done. But now she's overfed herself, so now she's throwing up and choking on spit up, or now she got gas because somebody ate. You weren't supposed to be eating. Sis. So now she right, and now she got gas, and I gotta
Yeah.
until
Yeah.
she go back to sleep. So
That burp, that middle of the night feeding and burping.
burping, man, you
Oh.
get about this.
I'm like,
Please
you
burp.
Yes. Come
No,
on.
okay, so I got a little trick, right? So for anyone that may, I don't think, well, you read the back stage, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it.
When I have to burp, right, I'm gonna see if I can, like, explain this. So what I do when I don't want to, like, sit up and burp her, she's laying down, so I lift her up, right? I'm laying on my belly.
Okay.
Do you get a picture? I'm laying on my belly, I lift her up, and she's on my shoulder. So she's sitting, and I'm laying on my belly. Does that make sense? And I'm burping her like that. So I'm like, I'm still sleeping, she's still sleeping, and we both, you know, sometimes the hand be like, oh.
Yeah.
Right.
And then she'll burp. Now sometimes it takes a while because of the posture. She's still sitting, so sometimes I don't get that burp out. So if it takes a while, then I'll pick her up and it'll be like, but like sometimes it works, and I'll be like, thank God, because then I can just lay her back down. So this is a little trick. You could try it. It may or may not work.
Because I used to be like, oh, you just don't need a burp.
Right. We're going back to bed.
So you gonna burp tomorrow.
I'm tired.
All right, so now in closing, I just want all of you guys, if you are working on anything, just to, you know, put the plug out there, plug your Instagram. If you have anything going on, let our audience know so they can keep up with you guys.
I'm inconsistent, so I don't even I do have a YouTube channel. Well, it's like my husband and I, and then Jax. But like I just said, I'm very inconsistent. I'm trying to do better. You know, y'all pray for me there because I'm really good at starting projects, but not finishing. Like, I was really good the first year, and then, you know.
Yeah.
But it's Kiss the Cheeks if y'all want to follow us. It's also Kiss the Cheeks on Instagram. And my Instagram is Love Jordy. I post a lot of mom stuff, just like Shay. I'm trying to get back into posting myself because it's my Instagram, not Jackson's, but you know, whatever. So yeah, if y'all want to follow, please do, and subscribe to our channel.
Well, I'm Bethany, and I also have a YouTube channel called The Beth Method, and that is where I share natural hair tips and motherhood tips and vlogs, DIYs, and I am just I'm just getting on my schedule of posting every Sunday.
Woo!
Yeah, so new videos every Sunday. My Instagram is The Beth Method. My Twitter is The Beth Method, but you won't find me much on there. Every few months, a tweet might pop up. And then, of course, like Facebook and all that good stuff. But yeah, just lots of new exciting things to come. So just stay tuned, get connected. Yeah.
Woo!
Maybe that's what I need to do, a schedule.
Yeah. It helps push you a little bit. Yeah.
So no YouTube, but I do have an Instagram. So it's Mrs. Reed to you. I just really started
Oh,
doing.
Mrs. Reed to you. Okay, that's how you gotta say it. Okay.
Sir.
You already know.
But yeah, I really just got into really the whole motherhood because I'm like, once you start, I was like, you know what? Yeah, we all need to really come together and help each other out. So I just really got into that, and then also teaching. I teach kindergarten, so therefore I do a lot of like whatever I do with my kids or anything for teaching.
Oh yeah, you need to put that on the
Love it.
I'm ready to that.
Yes.
Did you? Oh yeah. Never mind. Mrs. Reed to you. You said it. Go ahead.
I am not really. I mean, I don't really do anything. I go to work.
You're working on a whole.
I mean,
young girls.
So let me just go ahead.
Okay.
I am the co-director of our Young Girls ministry at my church in South Hill, Virginia. We're looking at international ministries under the leadership of Pastor Anthony Dagner and Co-Pastor Shelley Dagner.
Okay.
Also under Bishop Daniel Robertson Jr.
Fuck them all, girl.
Yes, so I am working on that and just like rebranding myself. I do have a passion for young girls. So I'm in the works of some different ideas that I'm thinking about doing. I have a passion for troubled, quote unquote, troubled teen girls, ones that, you know, haven't found themselves. I struggled with that for years, but because of God, I finally know who I am. So I feel like it's only right that I pour back into the young teens. So watch out for that. And my Instagram is, I think it's Brittany Dagner. I had to, with this whole rebranding, I had to rebrand my Instagram. I had to leave some people in the past. So I had to redo it. So I think it's Brittany Dagner. Brittany will
Don't put me on that.
I'll put it in the Lord.
She gonna put it there. follow the right one though.
And what's the Instagram for the young girls thing?
It's Her Story Makers. So it's her story. So it's Her Story Makers.
Okay. There you go. Cool. And I can relate with that a lot. Like we need to connect with the troubled teens because
Girl.
I was, a little troubled.
Yes.
God. Came down and saved me. So we definitely need to connect on that. That's really good. Okay, well, before we go, I do have something for you guys. And so I just want to give you guys a gift for sharing your time and coming to have fun with me. So if my lovely husband could, bring over the gift.
Thank you
so
so
much.
So
sweet. A self-care
So cute.
kit.
Right.
Yes, a self-care kit. So make sure
Yes.
So cute.
So thoughtful.
Yes, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Welcome.
Thank you, Shay.
You're
Yes.
welcome. So that wraps up the reunion. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you guys for season 2.
Yes, season 2.
Bye.